So these are the broccoli that I started last week. These are the gold beets that I started the same day. These as well. These are cabbage. Now the most important thing that I've found when it comes to starting your own seeds is light. I've spent a long time trying to play with just DIY grow lights, using shop lights for it, special bulbs to go in the fitting or in the T8 light housings, and I had marginal results at best. But then I decided to get an actual grow light. This is the one I went with. You can link them together, and they're all controlled by the main one. That's full power, 75%, 50%, 25%, and off. So it's substantially brighter in here than it is just normally. Each one of these, I believe, can cover an area that's 3 feet by 5 feet, I think. So they can cover much larger of an area. But I only need this section in use right now. I put the shade cloth up so that it would kind of reduce the temperature. I wasn't sure if it would work. As it is, I'm not sure if it's working. I think it's probably dropped the temperature by maybe 10%, 20% at max. I've also got a fan over here on a timer. The lights are also on a timer, so it makes it really user-friendly. Once you're set up, you don't have to mess with it too much. I don't have water set up on a timer yet. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I want to do that, because if you get any sort of inconsistency, you're not going to have a good germination rate. That's why lately I've been just hand watering, so then that way I can know for a fact that each cell got enough water. It's very important to make sure that they get enough water, because even one day, if one cell doesn't get water, it may not germinate at all. Now, if that cascades because you're starting 200 cells or more, you could lose your whole start. And it might look like you're getting water, but is it enough water? Just some things that I've learned to consider to get the best germination rates possible. And during the summer, I don't use any bottom heat. During late winter, early spring, I do use bottom heat. I use these grow mats. They're still dirty from the year. There's a temperature controller with them, so that allows me to set the ideal germination range and then adjust it as I need to. You don't want to use just a heat mat without a temperature controller with it, because it can overheat the seeds and it can cause other issues. And the other thing that I've learned painfully is that You cannot leave plants to grow on the heat mats. You can get away with it a little bit in early winter late winter and early spring. But even then, you've got to be careful with it because you can get really bad dampening off. And you'll be watering and you won't understand what's going on. And it's because the plant's roots have rotted in the soil because the soil was too warm and too wet. Just some things to consider if you're going to start your own seeds or your own plants. It's highly recommended to do so. Once you have the plastics, your inputs or your soil, your fertilizer if you're going to use fertilizer, and then your seeds. You can get it much lower cost per plant than you could ever buy them at the store if you get good at this. It is kind of a finicky thing to do because there's so many little things that could go wrong that create a domino effect, and then your whole start fails. I've had that happen to me more times than I'm gonna admit. But as you get started, if you can try to avoid doing things that you know is going to cause a problem, it'll probably work out. I mean, God designed these seeds to grow. That's what they're created to do. That's what they want to do. We're not trying to get them to do something that they don't want to do. We're just maybe trying to do it a little bit earlier than they normally would, or a little bit later than they normally would. I just gotta say thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.